How hot is it outside? Or no, it's Fahrenheit. I have no clue.
It
Fahrenheit.
is 50 Fahrenheit. Because what is it? 100's boiling. 100's boiling for you guys.
Yeah.
It's 212 for us.
212.
212. Yeah,
It's
awkward
so
ass
weird.
number.
Yeah. And like the same with the freezing point as well. Freezing at 32.
Yeah,
Right?
freezing's 32. Yeah.
So weird. Like the Celsius makes way more sense.
It does. No, it totally does. And honestly, when I do, I'm like super into construction and building shit.
Yeah.
Or like even when I just like am mounting skis and stuff and just measuring, because sometimes I don't always have a jig and I'm using paper templates.
Okay, really?
I love using metric, dude. Just using fucking millimeters and centimeters is so chill.
Yeah. You found that like more...
Just for certain, like if I'm trying to like find halves of shit, it's just easy. Like, 8 millimeters, cut it in half. It's just a little bit easier than fucking standard fractions.
Yeah.
Like, what's the half of 7/16? It's like, fuck, you gotta do a little bit more
Okay, I
thinking.
true.
So, yeah, I totally get it.
And how many inches in the feet? Or in a foot?
12.
12?
Yeah.
So you can be like 5'11" and then it's 6?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Weird as well. It's only Americans that use that system, right?
I believe so, yeah. We just had to be fucking different.
Yeah, word.
Alright, I think, sweet. We're gonna start this one off.
Sick.
Another episode of the Off Topic podcast. I'm here with Mikkel,
What up?
Euro Connection.
Mm-hmm.
This is episode 7. We're getting through it. But yeah, we're just on a little drive, just leaving Sugar Bowl. Jib League just went down. And yeah, Woodsy hooked it up and was just like, yeah, Mikkel needs a ride to the Reno airport. I'm on my way to Salt Lake. And I looked Mikkel's Instagram up last night. And I was fucking mind blown. So yeah, here we are. We're going to get a little backstory on Mikkel. Where are you from? Where'd you grow up? What was your home resort?
I'm from Norway, and I grew up in a small village, just pretty much in the middle of the country, right in between the two biggest cities. Just a small village with 2,000 people living there, I think. Yeah, around 2,000 people.
Nice.
Local resort is called Yailo. It's a spot where Andreas Halva is building the park and is bending all the PVC pipes.
Oh, sick. All right, yeah.
And
Definitely seen those clips.
Yeah, it's a dope spot. But that's a fact. Like, people think they're PVC pipes, but they're actually PE pipes.
Gotcha.
Maybe that's a secret, though. Okay, hot word. No. Maybe that's not a secret, but the way it bends the pipes are a secret. That's a secret, yeah.
That's sick.
But yeah, growing up there is super nice. It's good for skiing, and I grew up like pretty much in the middle of the slopes.
Super young age.
Super young age.
Nice.
My mom is running one of the ski resorts there. So like, yeah, I kind of grew right straight into it. So
Dang.
it was either skiing or snowboarding, pretty much.
What was the deciding factor on skiing? Did you try snowboarding?
I tried snowboarding as well. I'm not sure, to be honest, but wow, this bridge though. I'll
I know, dude. Donner Pass.
Wow.
It's beautiful. I've been camping down here every night.
Sick. America's insane. Wow. But yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest, but I think I grew up alpine skiing like the first couple of years. So I think that's the reason why I got into skiing first.
Gotcha.
In the first, and then
But you did try snowboarding?
yeah, I did, but I think I've just found it hard, because then I was like back to scratch, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up like alpine skiing for not long. I quit when I was like 6 or 7, I think, because I was only like hitting the park.
It's usually how it goes. It seems like.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way for everybody almost. But yeah, so it started like alpine skiing, and then it just like slowly started to fade over to freestyle skiing, or jibbing. But it's nice.
Did you do many contests growing up, or
like with freestyle skiing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to, like, the first couple of years I was just like cruising around making YouTube edits with my homie.
Sick.
And that was hella good time. And then I like started, once I get like grew older, I started competing in like one of the Norwegian Open was the thing back then.
Sick.
But that faded out, and now it's like run by the Norwegian team.
Gotcha.
Which is also sick. But yeah, so that's how I like started competing.
Do you still do competitions and stuff like that, or
Not like in that type of way.
Gotcha.
I do like this type of competitions where the Jib League and
Jib League's unreal?
yeah, it's insane. the event these guys are putting down, it's insane. It's so nice. Really thankful to be a part of it.
What's it like growing up at Norway and doing those resorts? Like, is there a huge crew of kids running around in the freestyle in the park and stuff like that, and you just kind of befriend those guys, and they might live in the town next to you or something like that, or?
Kinda when you start, like when I first like grew up, it was for sure like that. It was like a lot of kids, like skiing around. Øystein is from like the next village as well.
Gotcha.
It's like he was one of my inspirations growing up. But like lately, it's not anything serious at all. It's not comparable to either Innsbruck or something in the US.
Gotcha.
So now it's like when people is home, or like when some of the skiers are home, it's you'll for sure team up. But like I have a lot of days skiing myself as well. But like that's the thing as well. Andreas Hodberg is always skiing.
Gotcha.
And he's so talented.
Dang, well I mean, I've definitely, you brought up the PVC rails. I was like, I know exactly the fucking clips.
Yeah.
The way they bend those, and
It's
some
insane.
of those rails are so sick. Just like the rainbow into the swoop and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sick.
It's so fun. It's so like, I'm not sure how to describe it, but I feel like people need to give it a try.
Hell yeah.
But
Is
yeah,
that one of your favorite resorts over there?
For like the fun part of skiing, for sure. But like, because everything feels not that gnarly at all. Because it's like it's low and it's fun. It's just like the roller coasters, pretty much. So for like when like a good crew is pulling up the Yellow, I really like my time out there.
Wicked.
So it's one of my favorites for sure.
When was the first time that you came to the U.S. for skiing?
Oh shit.
Long time ago?
Yeah, I came in 2015, I think, with my school. But we went to Breckenridge.
Sick.
But we went like before Christmas, but like before New Year's.
Yeah. So
the
it
park
was probably
was,
a hike park or something?
Yeah.
Small.
Yeah. It's like it was not what I expected, like from all the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But like American, like to be in the US like around Christmas times, that was such a vibe though. But like the skiing part, it was a really
little mellow compared to what you were expecting.
Yeah.
Have you been back to Breck? I mean, 2015, that was still somewhat the era of Breck being sick. Did you ever make it back to seeing the full park of Breck? No.
I've just been there.
Gotcha, yeah, because we were talking on the gondola about the
just
downfall of Breck and Keystone.
Yeah, word.
Thanks, but...
Because that's like pretty much the hike park is the only park there right now, right? Or
it's like down, they'll still like run... From what I believe, they still run some rails through their normal park, but it's just like a lot of skiing in between the features. It's not as packed as what it used to be.
No, got it. But are some people still hitting in Breck?
Yeah, there's still a little bit of a scene left in Breck and Keystone of.
Okay, that's sick at least.
Yeah, I think they have a couple jumps and some rails, but it's just to go from what it used to be to what it is now. Mm-hmm. It's a little sad to see for sure.
That's a bad thing. Like that's the opposite thing in Yellow at least though, because now I feel like the community is getting back into it because of the good parking. It's like I feel like the park is meant for everybody, like for older skiers and younger skiers.
It is, and it's just sick to watch and just bring the little kids through, and you never know what seeing someone ski is going to spark them into doing some cool stuff or pursuing something.
Yeah.
So it's just sad the fact of how sick it was, and then Vail just deciding to pull funding and stuff.
Yeah, and that's the reason why everything is.
But there's still sick resorts. Copper's sick these days. If you're ever in Summit County. Yeah,
that's the Woodward Park.
Yeah, Woodward and Copper. That's where like all the USA stuff is. Detour is there now. Yeah, these houses Prices are insane.
They're expensive?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Millions of $5-6 million probably minimum.
Wow.
Yeah, we're just driving around Donner Lake right now.
This is Donner Lake then?
Yeah, this is Donner Lake.
Wow.
It's crazy. Up on the road coming down, there's like a viewpoint, and there's a sign that just does the history of like Donner Pass and stuff like that, and people were going across in horse and buggy in 1884, like trying to go through these mountains.
Is this like the proper Wild West?
Yeah. This is like, I think this is like where if you were coming from, because there was like, what is it called? Yeah, like going through Idaho and stuff was just like that trail going from the east to the west of just like all the settlers and stuff moving out.
Yeah.
And then you either stayed north and went towards Oregon and Montana and Idaho and stuff, and then a group of, I think it was like 4 families or something, was like, no, I think we're going to go south, and decided to go towards California, because most people would go west to Oregon and then hit the coast and go south to California. And people got to Idaho, these families teamed up and were just like, let's just go straight from here to California. And like, it was a horse and buggy road that just wasn't paved yet, so they just had no idea what they were expecting. And they got to this lake in November.
Wow.
Imagine trying to get over these mountains November, December. Back in 1844,
Okay,
and I'm sure the snowstorms then were insane.
Lord.
And so yeah, I think that's why the town is so old. It's just, I'm no historian, so if people know the history, don't fucking fully listen to me. But I just read a sign. But yeah, dude, your clips are sick, and just like, obviously we had a hip feature, a tree feature, and a bunch of rails. What is your favorite? Do you just like to do all aspects of freestyle, or you like rails more, jumps more?
I'm for sure more of a rail type of guy.
Word.
Or like, jibbing features. Like, I feel like that was kind of the thing why I quitted competitive skiing as well. I quitted last year, pretty much. Yeah, last year. So like, I feel like I wasn't that afraid of the competition itself. I was more afraid of surviving the comp.
Gotcha.
It's like, I was always scared of okay, my right side spins are coming up on the first the first jump here, and that's gonna freak me out. So that didn't bring me joy at all. And then after, I should have probably quitted a couple of years earlier. For sure, I'm super thankful for everything he brought me or gave me, but I feel like it's just hard to give up on your childhood dreams.
Totally.
Pretty much.
Totally.
But after I quit it, I really enjoy skiing so much these days.
Yeah, growing up on the East Coast, we never had super big jumps, so
No.
I'm definitely more of a rail skier, and just growing up watching Nick Gepper at 15, 16 years old doing both-way dubs, and then obviously now with both our ages and stuff, people doing the 18s, the 21s. I couldn't imagine if you don't have that trick to then force yourself to try and learn those.
Yeah, word. You're putting your life on the on the risk.
Oh yeah, that stuff's so gnarly. Did you grow up with any sort of facilities that had trampolines and stuff like that, or?
Nah, and that was the thing as well. I had
all self-taught.
Yeah, I had one of my friends were down to hop on trampoline, and we had some sessions going on back in the days, but it wasn't that anything serious. And I had one trampoline myself, but it was super big and so exhausting to use.
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything. And my trampoline skills are so bad. I can do this and a shitty cork 7, and that's probably it. Would mute everything or safety.
That's so wild. Have you ever gotten on an airbag like the younger kids these days?
Yeah, we had some some trips with the Norwegian team. Airbags are super fun. Just for this, not for the.
They aren't 100% safe, but just it's a little bit more comforting.
Yeah, true. It's fun to just be out there. Imagine you're on a playground, kind of.
Gotcha.
I'm not a big fan of those at all. but like just the fact of like hopping around and like
being able to try something new with, if you at least know how to land with somewhat minimal consequences.
Yeah, true. Or not just like not the fact of just trying something new, but just the fact of like doing your own thing, and you can just like give everything a chance with like different grabs and without like even caring.
That's sick.
Yeah. So I had a couple of trips to the airbags, but like that, I'm not sure that's another thing as well, because like I'm super invested in skiing, but like I think my mind has never been like I've never been like able to sit down and visualize super big like jump tricks.
Gotcha. You can visualize rail tricks a little more.
Yeah, way more.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I definitely.
Like, I'm not much of like super acrobatic, like to a certain point for sure, but not like. There's such a big difference from, let's say, me to Big Rude.
Gotcha. Yeah. Burke's insane.
Yeah, he's like
and the air awareness.
It's almost annoying. Like jumping with him. Like I remember we were in Stubai, and there's like this trampoline, a hall or something. And he was like, "Yeah, okay, do you have a trick?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's say a dub 16 with the lead tail, like the air tail he's doing." And he was like, "Okay, right side or left side?" I was like, I'm not sure. You do you.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, that's because I grew up skiing because I really, or like the reason why I ski is because I think it's super fun. And that's like everything.
And a little bit of the community aspect of it too, just like it's fun with regards to rails, at least in my opinion or view. It's just sick when you can, have a tube somewhere, or just those PVC rails that you guys hit, and just hang out with different dudes that try different things, and you just copy each other and feed off each other. And
true.
It's just like the little bit of the male ego of like, oh dang, he just did like front up back swap Pretz 2 or something. It's 100%. Like, all right, what do I got now that's similar or fucking one up them and stuff like that.
100%.
Because that's how me and my friends growing up we'd start just hiking flat down or something like that, and just feed off each other,
which is so nice. The hiking sessions, that's such a vibe. Like a good old hiking session is probably the best thing.
And it's like fun because you can always bring it in. Like when I had younger kids coming up in my home resort and just like skiing with them and stuff, we'd play games of slush together, just like little games. And even like the kid who's not the greatest, I'd be like, yo, like let's fucking play. I'll do everything unnatural, and it would help me get better, and then it helps him because he's trying to get me because it's not my comfort zone. So he just calls a trick that like, fuck, I don't have unnat 2P2 as well as he might or whatnot, or his regular. And it's just and then you just build friendships.
Community is so like including, which is nice.
And that was what's kind of crazy about Jib League. Like, it's kind of a sick big contest of the big names and stuff like that, but then you don't have the whole crowd aspect. So like it was really cool getting in like one-on-one with some people and just getting to know each other and just be like, whoa, you're like, you grew up here, like that's close to like you've been all over the world, and just sharing stories and stuff like that.
It's pretty sick.
As spread out as the ski community is, it's really a tight-knit crew.
Yeah, it is, and it's feels like people are really appreciating the event these guys put up. Like
it's
you got like
one.
And you really got like the big names. Like it was also in the competitive scene, in like the FIS scene. I
mean, it was insane to be on hill with Jazzy Wells. Like someone my entire young childhood of watching skiing was him and Jaws. It's just like insane to just like joke around with them at dinner and shit like that, or just like buy each other beers. True. It's pretty crazy.
Did you hit the bar up here?
A little bit. It was E-Cook's 21st birthday. True. And he's from my hometown, so I had to buy him a drink.
Fair enough. His videos are nice.
Yeah, he was just this little grum running around our home resort.
Yeah.
With a camera. I think one of the first clips you ever got of me was me doing a fucking 1080. It was like a spring, it might have been closing weekend at our resort or something. It's like a 15-foot jump, and I was like, I'm gonna try a 1080 on this. I fucking stomped it with my feet both, but just was spinning so hard I just like shit whipped my head to the ground and just knocked myself clean out. And just in the little, like, I think he might have had a camera, but I think he was just filming with his iPhone at that point, or somebody was. Mm-hmm. And I got the clip, and all you hear is little E-Cook in the background, and that's why you wear a helmet. Here's water if you want water.
Thank you.
But yeah, it was just crazy. He was coming out here. Ethan Schaefer, the guy who runs Two Planker Podcast, was just like, yeah, if you want to go do interviews at Jib League, like, I think it'd be really sick. And then I just hit up Woodsy and was just like, yo, do you care if we come do some stuff? And he's like, oh, dude, pull up, like, anything for the ski world.
That's so nice. How many podcasts What did you do?
Ethan is up to, I think he's almost at 100 now.
Oh, really?
I'm just doing like a little sub-genre. Yeah. Through his Two Planker Pod, and this is number 7.
Number 7?
Yep.
Sick. And how many did you record over here?
I just did one yesterday with Colby James West, so that'll be coming out. I got some pretty sick, like, OG party stories back in the day of just, like, them fucking throwing TVs through hotel windows and stuff. So that'll be a good one to listen to. Just because he's an old legend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just here mostly doing the interview stuff. But back to you, man. Fuck. Those clips. We could almost just fucking go through your Instagram. I was looking at just like, fuck, you had... Just your style is unreal. Like, who were some dudes that you looked up to growing up?
Oh, I for sure looked up to the local guys. Like Andreas Hotweit.
Gotcha.
Siever Wall was one of them.
Siever's so sick.
Like Siever's friend, Erlend Dokken, and for sure Øystein is like probably like the first. That's for sure like one of the first people or first skiers I really looked up to. After like later on, it's like pretty much everybody with a passion for skiing is like inspiring.
Did you guys get like X Games broadcasts and stuff growing up over there?
X Games broadcast?
Yeah. Like, sick. So was that something you like tuned to anytime there was a Winter X Games?
Yeah, for sure.
Sick.
Always looked into the X Games when I was younger. Always like, because that's like that's like on the television back home, like at the nighttime.
Hell yeah.
So it was always like the alarm and waking up in the middle of the night.
Oh, I'm sure. I guess different hours, different time zones.
Yeah.
Didn't even think of that.
But that was kind of a vibe as well, though. Waking up in the middle of the night to watch the X Games, and still does. Like,
I can picture that in my head. Yeah, just waking up as a little kid, turning on the TV.
Yeah.
Maybe hiding from the parents a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes. But yeah, these days as well, it's just like waking up at 3 o'clock in the night for looking at the bigger events.
Did you ever, like, growing up and seeing, like, X Games, obviously being in America, did you ever, like, oh, like, one day I'm going to go there and ski in a bunch of, like, what was, like, skiing? What was your aspiration in skiing when you were younger? Because, like, me on the East Coast, I just did it with my friends and made videos. I never really expected to, like, be traveling all over. I've still yet to go to Europe, but I think I'm going to do that next winter.
You should.
Yeah.
It's a nice...
Yeah. I've just... The friends I've made, because you guys come over here all the time.
Yeah.
I've just made a lot of friends that live in London. And
sick.
Ryan now living over there in Innsbruck. Like, I definitely want to go see all these guys.
And I think, like, Ryan is really enjoying his time in Innsbruck.
Oh,
looks
sure.
like, at least. But yeah, no, I don't... To be honest, I don't think I for sure looked into all the resorts with, all, like, the old school edits and stuff. But I didn't, like I knew there was, like, places were the same. But I think I didn't know, like, where those places were. It was like,
gotcha.
It's a nice park and it's the same spot as the other edit was put out.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I was just more in for fun as well. Didn't have, like, future plan. It was just like
Just immerse yourself and see what happens, kind of a thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Which it still is, though. Like, just in it for the fun part, and
Do you do anything outside of skiing that keeps you going whenever the winters are done?
I bet I try to push myself in every aspect. Like, I work for sure because I need to earn my money for skiing.
What do you do for?
I'm
work?
a maintenance guy, so I drive the excavators.
Oh, sick!
The tractors, fixing the roads back home.
Sick. We do similar stuff, dude. We do similar stuff.
Like kind of a handy guy, building some small, not houses, but those locker rooms and stuff.
Nice.
So that's the thing, and I always try to push myself in an kind of extreme way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I do motocross a bit.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit.
Yeah, FMX, I find super fun.
Sick, dude.
And depth diving, have you heard about that?
Oh yeah, that shit's so scary.
It is.
Jump off a whole bunch of cliffs?
Yeah.
What's the biggest cliff you jumped off?
Oh, I only know meters though.
That's fine. I can convert.
Yeah, sounds good. Like 20 meters is my height. That
60 feet. That's big.
Yeah.
That's definitely big.
Yeah, it's 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty nice. But 20.
Death dive off 60 feet.
Yeah, that was and that was scary because that was like from that was a cliff, but there was like one random tree growing like on the top of the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
So I climbed the tree and went out of one of the bridges. And like when I had to clear some rocks. It was like
gotcha. So you had to jump out far enough.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then like once I like took off. One of my foot slipped.
Oh. Geez.
And I was like, I just saw those rocks coming up. I was like, wow, this is not going my way. So I couldn't like focus on anything. So yeah, that was super gnarly. So then that one was pretty heavy.
How like cautious are you when it comes to doing stuff like that? Do you like jump in the water and check the depth, or do you just like, oh, I know people have jumped here, I'm just gonna jump?
Yeah, I really want to say I check it out first, but I don't. I'm like, okay, I know people have jumped here.
Gotcha.
And pretty reckless at that point. Or like, unfortunately, it should have been. I don't want to be in the water too long. It's pretty cold in the rivers back home.
Gotcha. Is the water pretty clear? Can you like see the bottoms?
No, not really.
It's
yeah,
all right.
And like where I'm from, it's like just rivers running by.
Gotcha.
But in Oslo as well, it's pretty dirty.
Gotcha.
Like the fjords now, they're nice looking, but you don't want to drink that. It's pretty, for sure, it's salt water as well though, but
gotcha,
it's pretty dirty.
Dang, so you do skiing, a little bit of freestyle dirt biking, cliff jumping,
everything that can.
It's crazy, dude. We're pretty similar, and it's wild to think like you grew up other side of the world in Europe.
Yeah, it's weird, but everything, skiing brings us together, like the extreme sport aspect of it, which is so dope.
No, exactly. I've definitely seen you all week, and just like there's certain people that you just vibe with on hill, and
for sure.
I definitely think I said something about your freaking, what is it? What were the skis you're on? You're on 114s right now?
Yeah. That
reminds me of one of the clips I saw of you last night on your Instagram.
Yeah.
The caption was True Center 114 or something. Because you mount your skis true center?
Yeah, always.
Fuck yeah.
Always.
Fuck
And that's the thing is that kind of annoys me with the focal skis. There's like always a team recommended.
Yep.
But it's not necessarily true center.
That's so funny, dude, because I get some shit because I mount true center no matter what ski I'm on, power ski, nothing. Yeah. I mount true center.
I do as well.
Some of the homies of mine are like, dude, even Wallish doesn't true mount his park skis, and I'm like, dude, I true center.
Word. I don't care. I do. Word.
So it's just when I saw that, I laughed. I was like, oh yeah, there's. It's funny how similar I think we are.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. Like, it was actually a lot of people reaching out. It was like, where do you mount your skis? So it's like true center. And so I got like, I'm not sure how many messages I got, but for sure some. It's like, okay, I'll just put in true center.
Sick. Because it was a weird thing growing up in my town. Like, we had 2 ski shops, mostly like geared towards racers. Like, I don't even think whenever I was like young, they might have had 1 pair of twin tips or something.
Yeah.
But I would take my boots and bindings and go in there and be like, all right, I want these center mounted, and they're like, you should like fighting me on like, oh, you don't want them like 1 or 2 back. I'm like, no, like true center. And they're just like, but these skis aren't meant to be true center. And I'm just like, true center.
Just put them true center, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm paying you. Just put them where I want them. And I just remember like kids would ask me like where I got my stuff, and like obviously most of the time I just get stuff off a line and have it delivered. And then I'd tell them, I'd be like, if you're going to get them mounted, just make sure you tell them true center, because they will fight you.
100%. But that's a funny thing as well. I was skiing with Andreas Holberg once, and I looked at his skis and I was like, "Are you not riding true center?" And he was like, "Yeah, I am." I was like, "Your skis does not look true center to me." And he was like, "Yeah, but it's true center from where like your touching points are."
Gotcha.
It's like you're the front and the back touching point of the snow.
Gotcha. All right.
And he's mounting them true center for like the touching points.
Gotcha.
Which was super like back mounted in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I would say that's back mounted.
Yeah.
But he was like, nah, that's, to me it's true center.
Gotcha. I never even thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Touching points.
Me neither. So I always mount my skis true center.
Gotcha.
For like the.
Do you mount your skis yourself?
Yeah.
Sick.
Oh yeah,
do you have a jig, or do you paper template it?
I have a jig. Oh, like that's the thing. My mom is, as I mentioned earlier, my mom is running this ski resort.
Gotcha.
So we got the ski service shop.
Sick.
So I got all I need, which is super nice.
Yeah, I just remember I was buying. I think I had a bunch of discount codes to surface skis way back in the day.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'd take them to the ski shop and I'd like rip a heel piece out, and they'd just be like, "Yeah, dude, it's the ski." Like, I'm like, dude, like, yeah, they were fucking 2x4s back then, old surfaces. But I was like, dude, it can't be. Like, I'm 115 pounds back then. Like, there's no way I'm ripping bindings out as much as I am.
And
it's the ski. And yeah, I just taught myself how to mount my own bindings, and just found this website that had like all the paper templates.
Yeah.
And I just always run look bindings, so I just got really good.
Okay.
At just doing that.
So you're always with the paper
yeah, like I have paper templates on me in a folder and a drill bit right now. Like if
sick.
Yeah, if anything ever happens to my pivots, I just need to find a drill.
That's insane. I had like one friend of mine he's so good at skiing, but he's super loose. So once he was just like, he was supposed to do his like to mount his skis. So he just found like the drill was like meant for like using in the skis. He found like the normal drill, like you can drill to your skis, and he was just like looking. He was like, okay, bindings are here, and then he just like kind of like did everything just on.
Did it work?
Nah, or it worked. I think it like slipped. I think the skis broke the first day.
Gotcha.
Maybe second, or like the heel piece got like ripped out.
Yeah.
So now that was mission failed.
That's funny. Yeah. You definitely gotta, working with paper templates, you definitely gotta check your measurements just to make sure everything's good.
But how do you do it with the like length of the boot then?
So it comes out, paper template comes out. You have to make sure like it's like done to scale on the printer. So there's like this little bar that's on the paper that you measure with a ruler to make sure like the printer didn't mess with the scaling of the piece of paper. But then it actually on each side of, because it's 2 pieces of paper, one for the toe piece, one for the heel piece.
Okay.
And then there's numbers with hash marks, and you just cut to that line of your length of your boot, and then you just butt those ends up. So the papers are shorter. Like your normal piece of paper, you'll cut maybe 2 inches off of it or something to make sure it's that size to your boot. And then you just butt it up, and then just have to make sure it's straight on the ski. It's definitely not like, if you're a handy person, I think you'd be able to do it. It's just something that's a little freaking scary to just like, oh, I'm about to drill in the skis now.
Or like free-handed.
Yeah. So it's just like, there's definitely ways to be as accurate as possible, but obviously a jig that you just throw on to your boot sole length is definitely going to be a little bit less stressful.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to the
The jig.
Yeah, to the jig.
I've been meaning to get my hands on one. I had a buddy who worked for Rosignol for a couple months this past winter. He like quit right before winter.
Yeah.
And we kept like, yo, he can get jig. Like, let's do it. And then we were more focused on trying to get the last order in of look pivots at a discount, and we totally spaced on the jig.
Snap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. But yeah, I think I'll keep. So yeah, I always like mount the skis for my friends as well.
Sick.
So it's often.
And you, I mean, I saw you on Kate Vocals.
Yeah.
Vocals, right? Is that so that you ride for them?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other companies that help you out?
No. I'll just think about it first. Nah.
We can cut anything out.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Nah. It's just the Folkal skis. Yeah.
Gotcha. Word.
Or like it's a Folkal and Del Bello and Marker. So like the package all in one.
The trio.
Yeah, the trio.
Sick.
Which is super nice. And I think I've skied Folkal now for 11 years.
Whoa. Sick. So it just feels comfortable for you.
Yeah. So I really like them. But this is the first year of using the 114s though.
How you liking those? Because those don't have a full twin tip, but they just have a slight rise in the back.
Mm-hmm. I really like them, to be honest. It's I only had like one problem like right now at this event with like the tips. Do you know the wall ride? Like the
yep.
And the after the hip.
Yep.
I was like airing up, going back down, and then one of my tips.
The tail's caught.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Not like just one of them, so it wasn't anything like super serious.
But it almost seems like more now than, I mean, I'm trying to think. It's just like I look at like Lemur with Line running their Sakanas and stuff, and it seems like a lot of people are starting to ride some not so traditional park skis and just like smaller tails, but just like still land and switch and making it work, and just whatever ski is fun to them is fun.
Yeah, word.
So it's sick to see you fucking ripping on the 114s.
Thank you. Yeah, because I've been riding the 104s for some time, and those are so nice, so playful, so playful, and so opposite of stiff.
Gotcha.
What's opposite of stiff?
Flexible, buttery.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So they're so nice. But then when the 14 came out, and I was like, yeah, I'll try these out, and it worked out super well. So I think I'll stick to those. But for sure, I have a couple of the 104s as well.
Nice, dude. I mean, I'm sure in the springtime it's fun to ride the fatter skis.
Mm-hmm.
True. Ripping around in the slush.
Yeah. And just cruise around. It's so much fun. And I really can't wait for go test them out in the proper, on a good snowy day as well. Because I haven't.
Do you tour at all or powder?
No. Not really. I kite a bit, like wind.
Really?
Yeah, wind kiting.
With skis on?
Yeah.
Sick.
Because close to my house where I grew up, it's like this. Maybe not compared to America though, but like at least in Europe, it's like this big ass open field where it's like animals running around and stuff. It's called Vidda.
But gets pretty windy.
Yeah, and it's like so wind consistent and pretty nice. I often go up there, and like after ski season is over, I'll just stick around and enjoy my time up in the mountains, which is super nice. It's so peaceful and such a good healing.
Do you
process.
Rip on the kite and try and get as much air as possible type shit?
Yeah. I try to get as much air as possible. But like it's so much fun to just like go
getting drug around, slashing,
and just like finding natural like wind lips and use hit those and find some quarter pipes type of stuff, and that's a really really beautiful thing.
I never tried it, but I was at Mammoth one year, just like camping a little bit outside of the town at a trailhead, and me and 3 friends were just like, yo, there's like a little hill over there, there's like a perfect little like plateau and then rolled knuckle, so we walked like hiked over there to build a little jump, and like we were just sitting in my RV just like looking at it, and we were like, oh yeah, it's like it'll be like a 5-minute walk, and we were freaking post holing the whole way over there. It took us like an hour and a half just to get there, and we were like, dude, it's literally right there. We like start building this jump, and then this dude with a kite and a snowboard, we just like see him set up his kite and everything, and within 5 minutes he's like coming up flying past us, and we're just like, what the hell? Like, we just spent so much time post hauling and boot hiking over to this jump, and this dude just got here in 5 minutes and had fun doing it.
That's sick.
That was the first time I've ever seen anybody do a snow sport with a kite, and I was like, dude, that's crazy.
Because I feel like it's a big water sport.
Have you ever tried?
Nah, that's the thing.
Gotcha.
It's like one of my friends just borrowed me. He's like moving to London, so he just gave me his board. So I'll for sure go try this summer. But like, I mostly work during the whole summer.
Gotcha.
Like most of my friends are living in Oslo, which is 3 hours away from my house.
You're just grinding for that ski money in the way.
Yeah, that's
the same.
That's it.
I've been on that same tip for 7 years now.
Yeah, me as well. Feels a bit weird, like
everybody's enjoying the summer, going on vacations, and that's your time to just put your head down and grind.
Good word. It's nice, and I get also a couple of like weekends during the summer.
Yeah, of course.
But it's hard to sit back home, where it's like it's colder. It's colder. It's fun for sure at the work, but I really want to go swimming with my friends, and also when I can see they're out playing and having fun.
Sick. Yeah.
But
I definitely feel you there.
Yeah, everything for skiing though.
Oh yeah.
That's the mindset, which is nice. But yeah, you should for sure go check out the kite surfing, or not the kiting.
Kiting on snow.
Yeah, or maybe kite surfing is a good thing as well.
Well, have you ever been to Oregon, to Mount Hood at all?
Nah, never.
Have you ever seen all the Spring Pass, West Coast sessions, stuff like that? So there's a little town 45 minutes from the mountain, Mount Hood. It's called Hood River.
Okay.
And it's actually a world-renowned place for kiteboarding.
It is?
Just the way the mountains are butted right up against this big river.
Yeah.
It just funnels air through it, or wind, and it creates this crazy waves, and it's people come from all around the world to come kite there. And I've just I'll go after work. That's where I work some summers. It's just in that little town. And I'll watch them, and they make it look so easy. And then I'm just someone who loves watching crash videos and stuff like that, and you see the dudes just get picked up by the kite and then slammed, and I'm just like, dude, I'm not a big heavy dude, has that happened to me? And everybody I talk to says it's ride or error, just pulling on the kite at the wrong time or whatnot. But I'm just like, dude, I don't know. I've had buddies fully invest in the board, buy 2 kites, they throw it up in the parking lot, gust of wind comes, they rip on the bar, get picked up and slammed in the parking lot. Just broken collarbone, broken ankle. And I'm just like, dude, I don't know.
It's pretty gnarly. It's a lot of power in those. It's
those kites.
Yeah, it's insane. I've been kiting when I was a kid. My family member, my cousin used to be super good, and he used to compete when I was younger.
Oh, sick.
So I used to kite with my friend's dad and stuff as well. But when Corona first hit, I was like, okay, this is the time to buy one myself.
Gotcha.
So I went down, bought one in some place in Norway, got back to my spot, had one day in the mountains, where figure everything out. Okay, this is how it used to be. Nice. And that was with one of my friends. And then next day he couldn't go out, and I was so hyped to try it out one more time.
Yeah.
So I just went straight out of my my door pretty much, or my house, and just okay, this is it. Picked it up, started riding, got to the top of the mountain, and the wind was so strong.
Oh jeez.
So it started pulling me towards the lift, and I was like, okay, this is heavy. And there was this fence coming up, and I barely and I was like just able to jump the fence.
Oh wow!
And then turn the kite around, and I was so stoked. So like, whoof, this is it. And then I was like looking at the kite, and then like I was looking like forward in the direction I was going, and there was this big pole coming up, and I just like rode straight into the pole, ripped my pants apart like down to bare skin, and then like rode the kite straight into the lift. And it just like twinned around the wires and stuff. That was a mess. And then I was like, okay, I need to. And then like it was just flopping around, and it was, things were going on. It was like, I need to fix this. So I climbed the towers, and then like with the ripped pants as well, and like the bare skin with some blood as well. Started to climbing the wires like with my hands to get the kite, but I had to stop the mission because everything was like waving in the wind. Geez. So I just went back and just waited a couple of hours, and then went back up and brought a letter.
Nice.
Took it down.
Dang, that's a wild story. Yeah, I've had people offer me equipment. I just needed I've had opportunities to do some kiteboarding, and I've hesitated to do it. That's just one of the sports I'm a little hesitant on. Yeah, true. Just with not being a heavy person and not quite trusting the wind. True. But seems like your story was a little bit rider error as well. Yeah. So for sure, it might just be the rider, not because I was sitting on the beach, saw some kid throw his kite up. He's getting a lesson. Like I think he just paid $115 or something just to get this lesson. Yeah. Threw his kite up. They're just sitting there. I could feel a gust of wind come. He just kind of, you could see him like panic a little bit. Ripped on the bar, picked up, slam, and then him and his instructor are just holding his arm, and I'm sure it was collarbone or something. I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude. And it's kind of an expensive sport to just jump into. But yeah, true, it is. I've been meaning to try it. I mean, you can see I have a surfboard in the back, so I kind of just stick to regular surfing.
Okay, really? I've never tried surfing, though.
Really?
Nah.
Dang.
But I'm so down to try.
It's so fun, dude.
Yeah. Where do you surf?
Oregon coast. I always go to Hood in the spring for spring pass and stuff like that.
And there's some good surfing spots around Hood?
Oh, yeah. Oof. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours to the coast. And, yeah, it's cold water. That's why most people stay down in SoCal. Yeah. That means there's less people to run into out in the water. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Catch some more waves.
I feel like that's a good thing as well.
And just being able to stay around Mount Hood. Yeah. Yeah, dude, if you ever get a chance to come back to the States in the springtime, dude, I would suggest going to Mount Hood. It's like the entire scene of the United States, like all the people that are dedicated. It's like their last-ditch effort to like continue the ski season off, because like all the East Coast resorts close early, and then this pass comes up. It's $200 for 70 days of skiing.
Really?
From mid-March through the end of May. And Mount Hood is an independent resort. It's still, or Timberline is, and they still make sick parks and stuff like that. And just like, dude, there'll be van loads of kids just coming out from the East Coast. Once Colorado resorts shut down, everybody travels west to Oregon. Utah resorts shut down, everybody travels west. And like the last month of May will just be like this hotbed of skiers at Mount Hood, and it's fucking 60-degree weather. Everybody's in t-shirts. You're camping in the woods with hundreds of kids, like going to the store together, grabbing cases of beers, having campfires. It's honestly a really sick vibe. It's like something that's kept skiing like really strong in my life. Just the connections you make there, and it's just like you'll meet everybody there just because you're so many laps, so many different people. You'll sit at the top to eat lunch and meet so many people, and then winter comes around, you're like traveling to hit ski resorts or traveling for urban, and you'll come across these people and be like, yo, I know you, like I didn't know, like I forgot that you live here, just because you meet so many people. It's hard to remember everybody. It was just like, oh, I know that kid in that town, I know that kid in that town. Sick. And yeah, it's really sick, man.
Community is so nice.
It really is.
Wow, but is there a lot of like dangerous animals around when you said like camping?
There was a story of a buddy of mine who said he encountered a bear.
Oh wow.
Didn't like apparently like brushed his hammock and everything, but didn't attack him or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard of anything crazy. That obviously the wildlife is out there, and when you're having campfires and cooking food over a fire, that definitely would bring animals around. But I've never heard of any crazy stories with wildlife. And I mean, if you're camping with 30-some people, you make enough noise.
True.
If anything does happen, you could definitely scare whatever it is off.
Yeah, fact.
But no, you'll be camping in the woods and it'll be fucking 65, 70 degrees. You'll have a campfire. I think last year we had 35 people around our campfire.
Oh.
Like, it almost turned into a bonfire at that point. But then you're just carpooling up to the mountain, and it's just like the resort still closes at 3 or whatnot, and, you know, sun goes off until 9 o'clock still, so, you know, you're going to skate parks afterwards, all that shit. So, but dude, it's been a pleasure to have you on, get to know you. I'm sure there's a bunch of kids in America that follow you that absolutely love your skiing and just like, oh, I just want to get to know Mikkel a little more. So I appreciate you doing this.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me on the pod, and thanks for giving me a ride as well.
Yes, sir. We're just pulling up to the Reno airport. He's headed back to Norway.
Yeah.
Back home, but also to the next Jib League.
Where I'll be at the next stop as well, and then I'll enjoy my last weekend back home.
Let's go.
It's gonna be nice.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's
Word.
been real.
For sure.
Peace.
Peace out.